What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you about the right way to reach a minimum spend. This is something that I wanted to get out there because obviously I've reached a ton of minimum spends in the last year and 2 years actually. So I'll get into that in just a second. Before I start, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And remember that I do a giveaway every single week. So if you want to know about that giveaway, make sure you stick around to the end of the video and you'll hear all about that. Now, when you think of minimum spends, how do you typically reach them? There are people out there that see a minimum spend. One, they'll get overwhelmed by the bonus and they won't actually focus on the fact that they have to reach a minimum spend in order to get that bonus. So I wanted to make sure I put emphasis on the fact that you need to reach the minimum spend, but you need to do it the right way. And some people may do it the wrong way. And I see it all the time to where they put money on places that you would never put money on. And why would you get a card just to overspend in that area because you're going to receive a bonus? That's absolutely insane. So I always feel like there's a right way to reach a minimum spend and then there's a wrong way to reach a minimum spend. And then there's kind of somewhere in the middle where you do kind of both. So let's go ahead and get into this. So first, like when you have examples of a minimum spend, there's small minimum spends out there. There's like say the Quicksilver card where you could have a $500 minimum spend to get $150, or there could be a larger minimum spend where you have the Platinum card, which is $5,000. But you get more bonus points, which is like 60,000 points. So this is the thing that you have to deal with. Some people can get to that $500 range and they can spend it on things like, electric and stuff like that. But then some people see the $5,000 worth of spend and then they're like, oh, wait, how do I get to this? You know what? I don't really know. And then they realize that, oh, they can't really get to it. So then they start reaching and they start buying things all over the place. And that's not the way you do it. So the first way that you want to get to this minimum spend is you want to apply it to your bills. You always apply minimum spends to your bills. Whatever bill you have, apply it to it. So if you have an electric bill, you apply it to that. It may be $200, maybe $100 a month. Still do it. I know you have to reach these minimum spends in 3 months and you feel like you have a limited amount of time. This is where you need to understand how to budget and how to lay things out on a spreadsheet, because if you put them out on a spreadsheet, then you'll understand exactly when you'll meet your minimum spend and what bills you need to include in there. So for me, I would put, electric. I would put gas. Depending how high the minimum spend, I would put, my mortgage in some instances, which is a different way of doing it. But you can also put so many other things depending how many bills you have. You can find a way to pay off things. A lot of people put daycare expenses because daycare is expensive. That's what I tried to say. It's so expensive. So if you have to pay $1,000 a month, you're going to put $1,000 of spend on there. And then what you're going to have is you're going to have $3,000 in just daycare costs alone. So that's what you need to do is take your bills, lay them out, and figure out exactly how much you're going to spend on those cards. It makes it so easy when you lay out all your bills and you lay out what the minimum spend is. You can easily hit it. For my situation, I never really thought, and I understood exactly how much I spend in a month. I never thought that I normally spend that much in a month that I can hit like a really decent minimum spend in 2 months or so. So that's a little bit of a problem for me. I didn't budget for maybe 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months meaning 5. So I didn't budget for a while and I didn't really know exactly what my minimum spend could be. But now I obviously know once I get back to my budgeting situations, but you always budget and know exactly where your minimum spends would be. I'm going to get off this tangent here. The next word of advice that I have for you is you do not spend on want categories. If you spend on these want categories, then you're never going to be able to benefit from the bonuses. You just think about it. If you're spending, let's say you have $1,000 in minimum spend that you need to reach, and you have over $1,000 in bills, but you choose to put it on $1,000 in clothing over here, right in the middle, $1,000 in clothing. How does that benefit you? You still have to pay the $1,000 in bills, and you have to pay the $1,000 in clothing, but you're getting maybe $100, $200 back. So now you overspend in that month by $800. How is that giving you any type of benefit? Unless you already had it budgeted and you said, I'm going to buy a TV, and you spent $1,000 on a TV because you were going to buy that TV no matter what, then that can be justified. But for most cases, they try and justify it, and it's not justifiable, to tell you the truth. So don't spend on want categories, always spend on need categories. What do you need? You need a house, you need food, you need water, you need, electric, you need heat, you need all of these things, and that's what you spend your money on. Now, sometimes you can't spend it on your mortgage, sometimes you can't spend it on certain areas because they charge a fee in order to do it, but just do some sort of calculation and you'll understand. Um, Before we get into the rest of it, make sure you hit the like button on this video. That does help me out a lot, especially for the YouTube algorithm. I would like to have as many likes as I possibly can. And if you haven't commented already, comment down below. But let's go ahead and get into the rest of the video. Now, the next portion that I wanted to talk about was applying your mortgage to your minimum spend. And this is something that, a lot of people struggle with because they think, oh, well, you know what? I have to pay a certain percentage in order to do this. A lot of people use plastic, but if you're going to reach a minimum spend, like say the platinum card, you can get $600 to $1,000 in value. So to pay 2.5% is going to be nothing compared to the amount of value that you're going to get back from this transaction, really. So if you have a huge mortgage or whatever, and I understand 2.5% is, depending on how much you spend on your mortgage. So if you have a really significant mortgage, it might not make sense. But still, like, you're getting a large return on spending money. So I always say use plastic. Use plastic as much as you can if it makes sense for your situation. But I only say apply it to minimum spend. Don't apply it to regular credit cards because you're not going to get more than 2.5% cash back. Now, if you physically can, if you could find a way to get more than 2.5% cash back on your mortgage, it's better getting 0.1% than it is getting 0%. So I always like, using this site, but that's one way that you can do it. That's one way that you can reach it very, very quick. And the last portion that I have here, which I don't really recommend to everyone, is just if you trust your family or friends, you can basically say, hey, you know what? I got this bill for you. You just pay me in cash. I could pay this bill, and then you can reach your minimum spend. Things like that, because then you're getting your money back. You're also getting the percentage, and you're not really, spending that money. So that's obviously an opportunity, but you do have to trust people, because this is the issue. There are a ton of people out there that you'll pay their bill and then you'll say, oh, you know what, get me back, and they won't get you back. So if they're physically going out to go pay their bill and they have the cash on them, you basically say, hey, you know what, can you send this to me, or can you give it to me and I'll pay your bill for you, and then you reach your minimum spend and you'll get a lot of benefit out of it. If they're using cash, they're not getting any benefit out of it anyways. So that's something that's a little, not out of this world, but just like out of touch, really. It's just not something that a lot of people will do, but it is an option. And if you feel like you need to reach the minimum spend and you do not have the time in order to get there, this is a good option to do, but you do have to trust the person that you're dealing with, really. So that's my ways to reach minimum spend. Now, there are other ways that are kind of frowned upon to reach minimum spend, so I'm sticking with the solid ways that you can reach minimum spend and really understand where your minimum spend ceiling and floor is, where that is, so that you can understand how much you can get back from all of these benefits, because it's about the bonuses that you can get and about the rewards that you can get on top of that. So that's my video, guys. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you want me to do any type of review or anything on anything, just let me know. But that's my video, guys. Hopefully you like it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards every single week. So if you want to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is comment on at least one video for the week, like at least one video for the week, and also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you do all of those things, and you get 1 ticket in the hat. But if you want multiple tickets, then comment on multiple videos. Now remember, you have to be subscribed to both channels, this one, and you have to be subscribed to this one. If you're subscribed to both channels, then you'll get 1 ticket in the hat, but then multiple tickets, comment as many times as you can. 7 is the max. But that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to have to get out of here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.